I got myself some new watercolors for my plein air palette, and they are the Horadam Schmincke watercolors, and some of them are super granulating and they are so nice. I feel that they are a little bit dry and very hard to re-wet, so an update in my plein air bag is also a spray bottle, so with just plain old water. This is the plein air sketchbook I have, and it's only 160 gram paper, so it's not very thick. It's a bit on the thinner side, but as you can see, it holds well for watercolors. And here's the palette I used last year. I used the Winsor Newton watercolors, quite a few uni Poscals. Gosh, that was really hard to say. Lyra Aqua Color watercolor crayons, and then I had the Rooney Simply acrylics. My palette had dramatically changed this year, and that was because I realized that I do like using watercolors quite a lot. And this is the palette I have now for my plein air painting. And I also updated with a new sketchbook. And look at that, isn't that cute? It's from the Dandelions. This one, and it's some type of a handmade Indian paper. Satina sketchbook is going to be so much fun to use. And to test the watercolors, I decided to do a bouquet of flowers, buttercups, and this is the Turner's yellow, and they're nice and creamy now when I wet it with the spray bottle, which is very good to see. Nearly a bit too wet, to be very careful with that. And I better put this one here, and then some poppies, and this is the ruby red phlox color, scarlet red. The volcano orange, which is super granulating color. It's not very strong. These ones were really good. They need plenty of water. They're lovely to work with. And for the poppies, I will try the glacier, super granulating, for the black in here. And this is Mars black. Some bluebells. Can use a bit of French ultramarine, and galaxy blue for some cornflowers. Don't understand really what they mean with the super granulating in that one. What kind of a flower could that be? The deep sea green. An old cornflower. Thunder pink. That was a nice one. I can see I can use this one for shadows. Really pleased that I started doing this with a bouquet of flowers, because then I do get to know them. And then the sheer green to make a leaf. Test it out properly. That's why it happens those yellow little things in it. Isn't that amazing? It's like magic. I did try that one. It's the desert yellow that I haven't really tried. Oh, it's a nice, also nice for foliage in the background. And hook is green, which was a bit of a disappointment because it was very dark. And now to forest brown. Oh, that's also nice. I can tell why that one is called forest brown. Volcano brown. Another withered leaf. And then sheer grey. That was also very nice. That can also be handy in a watercolor palette when you're doing shadows, even in water, azure black. Give that a try on its own. And this is just the Mars black, which I think can be very handy to have as well. here is the white. It's just a gouache white. I tried them all and this is the result. Oh look, that's a lovely cauliflower thing happening again. It's like a new friend and I have to get to know it, and I think that will happen this summer. I did these very controlled swatches here, and maybe that's not the way to go with super granulating watercolors. They need a bit more of a wild approach, I think. So just spread them out and see what happens. Just going to change my water. First we have the Turner yellow, and then some more water in and see what happens. Desert yellow. That was a very weak color. Volcano orange. This one could be very good if you paint cliffs more. Scarlet red. No, well that, well, did I put scarlet red again? Gosh. This is the ruby red. Well, I must obviously love the scarlet as well. Quinacridone purple. Oh, that was a color I forgot in my flower painting. Tundra pink, and it's called pink, but it does have an awful lot of purple in it. French ultramarine. And then we have the galaxy blue. I'm surprised that that one doesn't granulate more, that more should happen in it. Maybe it's the paper, but this is the paper I will be using. Deep sea green. That's an interesting, nice color, but the deep sea green actually did perform better under rough paper. We have the sheer blue. Squeeze that one in there. It's a nice one. I can see that because I do go plein air painting out in the countryside and the forest and by the seaside, and that one is exciting. There's an awful lot of things happening in that one. Here's the sheer green. It's also a very weak color. This is the one that has the yellow thing that just magically appear in it, and it has a bit of blue, do you see, and the green and yellow. That one is magic. Old boring focus green, forest brown. There's also a bit of magic in it. When you spread it out more like this, you can see it has some blue happening in it, and if you put that on a tree, you wouldn't have to do much. That one as well, they would just do the work for you. And I can see that wasn't the best camera angle to have the palette on that side. Should have had it on this side. Well, I'm kind of new to this YouTube filming things, and I do notice that I do have an awful lot to learn, and when it comes to the sound as well. And I am planning to buy myself a microphone. It's just such a jungle. I tried to Google it, and this is the volcano brown. So that was a desert brown, and this is volcano, and nothing is really happening. But that one, I can see now that this one will also be very good for cliffs and stones when I go plein air painting. Sheer grey. Yeah, these ones together are a very good combination. The glacier black, that's also very good to have. Mars black. Of all the colors I have in here, I will recommend them all except for Volcano Brown, that one. I am not totally in love with that one, but apart from that, they are all lovely. And as the longer you leave them on the paper, the more magic is happening. Desert Brown, yeah, that's the Desert Brown. Okay, and look at this one. Look at all the magic in that one. Yeah, I'm pleased with my new watercolor palette, and I'm very happy I took the plunge to go into the super granulating ones. I can see myself using these colors more than I thought, and especially when I tried them now on the rough paper. It will be interesting to see when the Volcano Brown, that wasn't my favorite, dries, and see if anything nice happens to that one as well. So the paint has dried, and it's a funny texture to it. Some of them are smooth, and some of them you can feel the grains in the paint. Very interesting. Nice things have happened. Some blooms, granulating, and especially that one, so nice. So, oops, I forgot to change my water. I also want to see is how they glaze over. So I'm going to start with Turner's Yellow, Desert Yellow. That's the one that I thought was a bit weak. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one glazes over. That was very nice. Volcano Orange, Violet Red. It's just a normal one. And this one is also Scarlet Red, but I'm making a cross of that one so I won't confuse myself again. And this is the Ruby Red, and Queen Acrodon Purple, Tundra Pink, French Ultramarine, that's also a granulating color by itself. And the Galaxy Blue, Deep Sea Green, I love the names. And this is the Sheer Blue, the Sheer Green. That is my favorite because of the magic with the yellow things that explode in it. The hook is green, that I didn't like because it was far too dark. Forest Blue, definitely a favorite. And then we have the Desert Brown, and then the Volcano Brown, that is a bit of a weak color, also similar to Sepia Sheer Grey. And this one was interesting because a lot happened to it after it dried. Lazier Black, that turned more black when you glazed it. And the Mars Black, that also color I think I could have done without. When I do go plein air painting, I actually do use black now and again. That was the glazing done, and I think they all reacted very nicely. And even the Volcano Brown that I don't really like is starting to grow on me. I would class it as a difficult one. Sheer Blue and Glacier Black is very similar. That one has a more hint of blue, and then obviously it's more dull because of the black. The Tundra Pink is more of a purple. The Ruby Red, that is a nice red that could be mixed into a pink. And I'm happy to see that the Turner's Yellow is a very useful color because diluted it can work as a lemon yellow. I say that one is going to be one of my favorite yellows. While I'm waiting for the paint to dry, I thought I'd work a little bit on my J. The plan was to put a bit of Caran d'Ache nail color too on it. I was thinking the bird needed a bit of a more feather look. One of my favorite birds because I think they look exotic because of the colors. The blue feather, that's the one you want to find. When I go plein air painting, I like to sit and dot away, sit there and take it all in. All the sounds and the weather. So it's the jade on, and I like the effect of the super granulating watercolors together with the Caran d'Ache nail colors. Very nice combination. So that was the update on my plein air bag and my plein air palette. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love.